Allen Iverson is one of the best scoring guards in NBA history, playing 17 seasons in the NBA, but sadly throughout his career he was not able to win a championship. So I've decided that today we are going to do everything in our power to win AI his first title. We will be starting off in the 02-03 season, and let me tell you all, I have some really big plans for our team. So LeBron James will be entering the up and coming NBA draft, the same with Melo, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. So what I'm planning on doing for this first season is tanking, losing as many games as possible. That way we're able to draft ourselves one out of those 4 players. Our first round pick is currently with the Boston Celtics, but it is lottery protected, which means if it lands in the top 14, we will get our pick back. As of right now, this is our rotation, but of course we are planning on tanking, so Allen Iverson will have to sit on the bench for a low overall player, and again that's because we are going for one of these 4 rookies: LeBron James, Melo, Wade, or Bosh. And now I'm going to start simulating here until the end of this season, where hopefully we go on to play horrible and lose as many games as possible. We are stopped here at the trade deadline, and I will be pulling off a trade with the Atlanta Hawks where we send them Derek Coleman and we bring back Theo Ratliff, who's one of the best rim protectors in the league, and I see him being a part of our team's future. He fits our timeline a little better than Derek Coleman, so let's go ahead and pull off this trade. At the end of this season, Kobe Bryant goes on to win an MVP, Yao Ming Rookie of the Year, Mike Miller Sixth Man, Ben Wallace Defensive Player, Tyson Chandler Most Improved, Phil Jackson wins Coach of the Year, and the Lakers also win Executive of the Year. I don't believe we'll have any All-NBA selections, but that is alright because Allen Iverson wasn't really playing all that much either. Here are the awards. We ended this season being the worst team in the league, which is exactly what I had hoped for. We won a total of 21 games, losing 61, being the worst team in the entire league. And that means we're going to have the best odds at ending up with the first overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft. But now let's go ahead and simulate past the playoffs and see which team goes on to win the championship. And it will be the Indiana Pacers defeating the Los Angeles Lakers, with Jermaine O'Neal winning Finals MVP. It is now time for the draft lottery. Let's see where we end up with our first round pick. And again, the Boston Celtics will have it, but it is a lottery protected pick, which means we will be getting it back. And we have the best odds at ending up with the first overall pick, 25%. Let's skip the lottery results and see where we end up. And it looks like, where did we end up? Okay, so we end up with a 4th overall pick. For some reason, I was looking for the Celtics name, but we did end up falling short here. We did not end up with the top 3 pick, which kind of does suck, but I mean, we still will be able to draft ourselves a pretty good player. And you know what we're going to try and doing? We're going to try and trade with the Seattle Sonics to get their first overall pick. I really want LeBron James on our team, so let's see if we can make that happen. I did attempt to pull off a trade with the Supersonics for the first overall pick, but they are not budging. They want to draft themselves LeBron James. So if we can't get LeBron James, I want Carmelo Anthony, which means we're going to go and talk with the Miami Heat next. We are now here talking with Miami Heat for the 2nd overall pick. I would like to get this pick to draft ourselves Carmelo Anthony, so I'm offering them the 4th overall pick, a future first rounder, and Greg Buckner, and let's see what they say. As of right now, they do decline. Let's start throwing in some 2nd round picks, and just like that, we get ourselves a 2nd overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft. I would also like to attempt to get ourselves a new head coach, so we're going to go ahead and fire Larry Brown and see which new head coach we could bring in on our team. And we end up with Rick Edelman as our brand new head coach. He's really good at offensive and defensive coaching, which is exactly what our team needs. It is now time for the 2003 NBA draft. Let's see what happens here. So the 1st overall pick the Seattle Sonics have, and they go on to take LeBron James, which was expected. And now we're up on the board with the 2nd overall pick, and we're going to go ahead and take Carmelo Anthony. Dwayne Wade and Bosh would be good players, but I believe our team right now needs a starting small forward, and Melo would be the perfect player beside Allen Iverson. That's a player we will be drafting. We do also have ourselves a 2nd round pick, and these are the players left on the board, and we're going to go ahead and draft Mo Williams. He could possibly be our backup point guard in the future, so that's a player we will be drafting in the 2nd round. That was a pretty successful draft. We end up with Carmelo Anthony, who's an 83 overall, and we also get Mo Williams. He is only a 70 overall, but I do believe we should be able to develop him into a pretty good player in the future. And now it is time for free agency. Let's see how much money we have here. So we do have about $1.6 million we could spend in free agency. Let me see which players we should sign. If you are enjoying this video so far, I would really appreciate it if y'all could drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. That really does support out my channel and video a ton. Before we start signing some free agents, what I will be doing is pulling off a trade with the Warriors where we send them Todd and a second round pick. In return, we bring in a first round pick in the 2025 NBA draft. So far in free agency, we sign ourselves Andrew D. Clerk as the backup center, Steve Kerr, and Lonnie Baxter. We will be upgrading our starting point guard position. This past season, Eric Snow was pretty awful offensively, 37% from the field. Jason Williams was averaging 10 assists per game this past season, so his offense, his playmaking will definitely help out our team a ton. I don't want to give them our 05 first round pick, so let's see if we can change that to our 06 first round pick. Will this get it done? Yes, it will. Here we are at the start of this season with a new and upgraded 9-man rotation. So in our starting lineup, we have Jason Williams, Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony, Keith, and Theo Ratliff. And then off the bench, we have Aaron, Andrew, Mo Williams, and Lonnie Baxter. And our starting lineup is looking pretty good, but hopefully we're good enough to win a championship. This video cannot end until we do so. Let's simulate the first week of this season to see how our team does, and we end up winning all 3 out of the 3 games. We scored 120 points here against the Cleveland Cavaliers, where Allen Iverson dropped 33 points, 29 from Keith, and 22 from Carmelo Anthony in his NBA debut. And to start out the season, we will be rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency balanced under our brand new head coach, Rick Adelman. And now I'm going to start simulating here until the end of this season, but if there's any trades to be made, I'll make sure to stop at the trade deadline to show you all. At the end of this season, Shaquille O'Neal goes on to win an MVP, LeBron James Rookie of the Year, Bonzi 6-man, Shaq also wins a Defensive Player, Mike Dunleavy Jr. Most Improved, Steven Smart Coach of the Year, and we go on to win Executive of the Year. Let's see if we have any All-NBA selections, and we do land ourselves Allen Iverson on All-NBA third team. No one on All-Defensive team. We also get Carmelo Anthony on All-Rookie first team, and we ended this season as the number 1 seed, winning 61 games and losing only 21. We were absolutely unstoppable. Let's take a look at the player stats before we start simulating here in the playoffs. So of course, our leading scorer was none other than Allen Iverson, averaging 30 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists while shooting 58% from the field and 47% from the 3-point line. Our rookie Carmelo Anthony had himself a phenomenal season, averaging 21 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Keith was averaging 17. Jason Williams, our brand new starting point guard, was averaging 13.5 points per game with 11 assists. We are now ready for the playoffs, and in the first round, we are taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Somehow this team was a play-in team, even though they have some really good players. They have themselves Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, Michael Redd, and Tim Thomas. Guy Allen looks like a computer-generated player, but they're still a pretty good team. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will go to us. AI dropping 39 points, 21 from Melo. Game number 2 does end up going to the Milwaukee Bucks. Jason Williams had 20 and 16 from Keith. Let's see if we can win game 3, and we cannot. We end up losing here by nearly 20 points. Williams had 25, 24 from Melo. And that's exactly what I mean. I'm not sure how the Milwaukee Bucks ended up being the 8th seed, but somehow they did. Can we win the next game? And yes, we can. Thankfully, we do go on to top the series, AI dropping 43 points. Game number 5 will also go to us, and we end up defeating them in game 6. Allen Iverson dropped 34 points, 27 from our rookie, Carmelo Anthony. And now we have made it to the second round of the playoffs, where we will be taking on the New Jersey Nets. They have Jason Kidd, Carey, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, and Jason Collins. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will go to the Nets. Melo had 23, 22 from Iverson, but we do fall short. Game number 2 does end up going to us, AI dropping 26, 21 from Keith. Game 3 goes to the Nets. Game 4 goes to us, and in this game, Iverson dropped 27 points. Now the series is tied, and we go up 3-2. Melo dropping 34 points, hitting 5 out of his 3 3-pointers. We also go on to win the next game, and no, we cannot. It looks like it will be going to a game 7. The Nets win 115-104. AI played amazing, but sadly we do fall short. And now it's time for Game 7. Let's jump into Simcast and see if we can win this game. We will have home court advantage on our side, and so far we do start off the first half pretty strong, but they take the lead from us and end up eliminating us. Holy, they won 121 to 108. AI played amazing, Melo did kind of struggle on his offense, and so did Keith. And that truly does suck, but all that means is we're going to have to make some upgrades this coming off season, maybe pulling off some trades or even drafting some new rookies. Let's go ahead and simulate past the playoffs and see which team goes on to win, and it is the San Antonio Spurs with Tim Duncan winning Finals MVP. And here are the player stats in case you guys were wondering. We played a total of 13 games, and in those 13 games, our leading scorer was Allen Iverson, averaging 27 points per game and 23 from Carmelo Anthony. Melo's still a rookie, so imagine what he's going to be doing once he goes up in overall. We are now here in the offseason, and in the 04 draft, we have players like Okafor and Dwight Howard. Howard is a player I will be targeting, but the problem is we don't have ourselves any first round picks in the 04 draft, so what we're going to have to do is try and talk to the Portland Trailblazers, who ended up with a first overall pick. Now we are in trade talks with the Portland Trailblazers for their first overall pick. I'm offering them Theo Ratliff, 2 first round picks, 2 second round picks. Let's see what they say. As of right now, they do decline. I will throw in 1 more first round pick, and that gets a trade done. We land ourselves the first overall pick in the 04 draft. Alrighty, it is now time for the draft. Let's see what we're going to do here. Well, obviously, we're going to go ahead and draft Dwight Howard. We don't even got to think about this 2 times. Dwight Howard ends up becoming one of the best big men in the league, so let's go ahead and draft him and form a new big 3 with AI, Dwight Howard, and Melo. For team player options, I will be picking up the team option on Mo Williams. I don't think we need to re-sign anyone here in free agency, and it looks like we do not. Well, only Monty Williams, but he hasn't been a part of our rotation anyway, so we don't really need to bring him back. We do need ourselves a better backup center, so I'm going to see which options we have. We do have Jason Collins that we could sign, but he was shooting 40% from the field the last 2 seasons. This dude here looks pretty good. He's 29 years old, 49% from the field. Can he rebound? Yes, he can. Plus, he's a really good rim protector. So I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal, paying him about $1.5 million annually. It looks like he will be accepting, and I did also offer Cliff Robinson a contract, and it looks like he also accepts. I am attempting to upgrade our 6-man role by acquiring ourselves Matt Harpring, who has himself an 89 overall 3-point shot, and this past season he was averaging 13.5 points per game while shooting 42% from the 3-point line. I'm offering the Utah Jazz Aaron and this dude here who I signed in free agency, and that does not get the trade done. They want Andrew for this dude. Let's go ahead and pull off this trade. We also get a 75 overall backup center. We don't really need the 75 overall center, so I'm going to be trading him away to the Detroit Pistons, where we get ourselves a first round pick and we also land a future second rounder. Here we are at the start of this season with a new and upgraded 9-man rotation. So in our starting lineup we have Jason Williams, Allen Iverson, Melo, Keith, and Dwight Howard, and then off the bench we have Matt Harpring, Foyle, Mo Williams, and Walker. Our team is looking absolutely amazing. Melo has gone up to an 89 overall, so the progression has hit. Let's go ahead and simulate the first few games of this season to see how our team does. The first game against the Trailblazers, we do end up losing. Melo did foul out in 20 minutes though. Next game is up against the Cavs, and we also go on to lose that game. Okay, but we do go on to defeat the Dallas Mavericks 137 to 127. Iverson had 36 and 10. Jay Williams with 18 and 12, Melo with 21. Of course, chemistry still does need to be built. We have a lot of new players on our team. It looks like we will be rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency balance under Rick Adelman. And now I'm going to start simulating here until the end of this season, but again, if there's any trades to be made, I'll stop at the trade deadline to show you all. Jason Williams does want to sign a contract extension with our team, so I'm going to go ahead and extend him for the next 2 seasons, where we pay him about $4.5 million annually. And Keith also wants to sign a contract extension, so we're going to extend him for the next 2 seasons, paying him $7 million annually. At the end of this season, Shaquille O'Neal wins a back-to-back MVP. Dwight Howard, our boy, goes on to win Rookie of the Year, averaging 14.5 points per game. Boris, 6-man, LeBron James, Defensive Player of the Year, Jay Williams, Most Improved, and our head coach wins Coach of the Year, and the Clippers winning Executive. Let's take a look at all NBA awards and see if we get any players, and somehow we don't get Allen Iverson on an all NBA team. That is insane because he had himself an MVP season. He was in the award races to winning MVP, so not making an all NBA team is pretty unreal. Let's see if we get anyone here on an all defensive team, and we don't. But that is alright because we dominated the league as the first seed, winning 63 games and losing only 19. And before we start simulating the playoffs, let's take a look at the player stats for the regular season. And as I said, Allen Iverson was playing amazing, which is why it was a surprise to me he did not make it on an all-NBA team. He was in the award races to winning MVP, averaging 28 points per game. Carmelo was averaging 23, 15 from Will, 14 from Dwight Howard, 14 from Keith, and 12 from Jason Williams. And now we are ready for the playoffs. In the first round, we will be taking on the Indiana Pacers, who have Ron Artest, Desmond Mason, Jermaine O'Neal, and Brad Miller. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will go to the Pacers. They win here 115 to 111. Game number 2 goes to us. Game number 3 also goes to us. We do end up losing game 4 though. Iverson had 29, but we do end up falling short. We win game 5. Can we win here in game 6? And no, we cannot. So it looks like it will be going to a game 7. Alrighty, it is time for game 7. Let's jump into Simcast and see if we can win this game. We will have home court advantage on our side. We do start off the first quarter really strong, and it looks like we will be winning this game 138 to 122. Iverson dropped 39, 28 from Dwight Howard, and 21 from Keith. And now in the second round of the playoffs, we will be taking on the Orlando Magic, who have themselves David, Tracy McGrady, David West, and Chris Common. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, but let's see how things go here. Game number 1 does go to the Magic. We win game 2. We also win game 3. Iverson dropped 46 points here, and so far Iverson in the playoffs is averaging 31 points per game. We also win the next game, and we go on to gentlemen's sweep the Orlando Magic, making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. AI is averaging 30 points per game here in the playoffs on 50, 40, 79 shooting splits. It looks like in the conference finals, we will be taking on the Miami Heat. They have Gilbert Arenas, Eddie Jones, Karen, Chris Bosh. Whoa, this is a stacked team. Their starting lineup is absolutely insane. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will go to us. Melo dropping 35, AI with 30. Game number 2 also goes to us. This time it's AI leading the way with 41 points. We also win game 3, and no, we cannot. The Heat do go on to win here 129 to 112. AI played amazing, so did Melo, but our defense was not there. Game number 4 will go to us. Let's go. AI with 31, Melo 22. Hopefully we can gentlemen sweep this team. And no, we cannot. They do go on to win game 5 here, 119 to 90. 23 from Melo. Let's jump into Simcast and see if we can close it out here in game 6, where the Heat will have home court advantage, and it looks like we will be losing 117 to 88. And now we have ourselves another game 7, this time in the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's jump into Simcast. We will have home court advantage on our side, and we start off the first half really strong, and it looks like we will be winning 113 to 103. Melo dropping 28 and 23 from Allen Iverson. And now we have made it all the way to the NBA Finals, where we're taking on the LA Clippers. They have Andre Miller, Mike Miller, Sean, Elton, and Michael. Let's see how things go here in the NBA Finals. Game number 1 will go to us. Melo with 32, 25 from AI. Game number 2 will also go to us. Let's go. Melo dropping 28 points, AI with 26, Dwight Howard with 25. Game 3 will go to the Clippers, 128 to 124. We do end up falling short. We do go on to win game 4, going up 3-1, 118 to 114. AI dropping 29, 27 from Melo. All we gotta do now is win one more game, and then we'll have won Allen Iverson his first ever championship. We will have home court advantage for game 5. Let's see what happens. So far we do have the lead, but it is a close battle. 6 minutes remaining. Let's jump in around 1:30 left on the clock. It is still a pretty close game. 1:25 remaining. We are up by 5 points. Alright, 1:24 remaining. We are up by 5 points. It looks like the ball is being inbounded by the Clippers. Let's see what they do here. The ball goes in to their point guard, I believe, Jarek. Pretty tall point guard, I can't lie. Jason Williams looks tiny compared to him. And their point guard is going up with it. He goes for the midi, and somehow he makes it. Now we're only up by 3 points. Holy. And I'm not sure how long it is remaining because it doesn't say anywhere on the screen. It just shows the shot clock for some reason. But right now we have Allen Iverson. Let's see what he does with the ball here. He is trying to cross up whoever's guarding him. He goes by him for the midi and he makes it. Let's go, putting us up by 5 points. And now the Clippers with the ball, guarded by Jason Williams, out to Marion. Let's see what he does. Wilcox back to Jaric. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Screen set for the Clippers. Wide open Marion, and he makes the 3-point shot. Holy, now we're only up by 2 points. Jason Williams with the ball. Let's see what he does here. Well, kind of a wide open lane. Not really. Wide open three-pointer, and we hit it. Harpring with a three-pointer. Clutch three-pointer to put us up by 5 points. So there is 25 seconds, as you guys can see there on the top side of the screen. For some reason, it's not showing in game how much time is remaining, but there is 25 seconds. So they may only have one more position. And let's see what they do here. Andre Miller with a ball, guarded by Jason Williams. Out to Mike Miller. He's trying to drive up on Allen Iverson, and he does, making his 2-pointer. Now we're up by 3 points. Ball to Jason Williams, and they will start to intentionally foul. 13 seconds remaining. Let's see what Jason Williams does. He goes on to make his first free throw, and now we are up by 4 points. And his second free throw is also good. 13 seconds remaining. We are up by 5. This game is finished. And just like that, we have won the Philadelphia 76ers a championship, and it looks like Melo goes on to win Finals MVP over Allen Iverson. Iverson was averaging 25 points per game, 60% from the field. We will be running it back another season to see if we can win a back-to-back championship, but before that, let's take a look at the player stats. So we played a total of 24 games. In those 24 games, Allen Iverson was averaging 28 points per game, 23 from Melo and 15 from Howard. In the NBA Finals, our leading scorer once again was Allen Iverson, which is why I'm kind of surprised he did not win Finals MVP. 23 from Melo and 19 from Howard. What I will be doing now is simulating past the off season, and I'll see you guys at the beginning of the up and coming season, and there we'll catch up and I'll show you guys if I made any changes to our roster. I only made one change to our roster, and that was for the backup power forward position, trading for Trevor Ariza. The rest of the team will remain the same. Carmelo Anthony has gone up now to a 92 overall, and Howard is at 84. I'm now going to start simulating here until the end of this season, where hopefully we can go on to win a back-to-back championship. At the end of this season, LeBron James wins an MVP, Chris Paul Rookie of the Year, Boris Six-Man, LeBron James DPOY, J.R. Smith Most Improved, our head coach wins Coach of the Year, and we also go on to win Executive of the Year. Let's take a look at the All-NBA awards and see if we get ourselves Allen Iverson, and we do get Carmelo Anthony on an All-NBA third team, but once again, no Allen Iverson. That is insane. I'm not sure how that's happening because once again, he was in the award races to winning an MVP. We don't get anyone here on an all-defensive team either, but that does not matter because we ended this season winning 71 games and losing only 11. Before we start simulating the playoffs, let's take a look at the player stats for the regular season to see how AI did. So he was our leading scorer, averaging 28 points per game while shooting 50, 40, 80 shooting splits. That is insane. 26 from Melo, 17 from Howard, 13 from Keith, and 12 points and 10 assists from Jason Williams. We have a really well together put team here, and I believe we could win ourselves a back-to-back championship. In the first round of the playoffs, we are taking on the New Jersey Nets, who have Jason Kidd, Richard, Kenyon, and Alonzo. Let's see how things go here in the playoffs. Game number 1 will go to us. Melo dropping 26, Allen Iverson with 16 points. For some reason, Allen Iverson does not take as many shots as I would like for him to. He only attempted 11 shots as our number 1 scoring option. But at least we still get the first win. Let's see if we can also win game number 2, and yes, we can. AI dropping 32 points, 23 from Melo. Game number 3 will also go to us. Melo with 29, AI with 28. Are we going to go on to sweep the Nets? And yes, we do. AI dropping 30 points here in game 4, and now we have made it to the second round of the playoffs where we're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs have Jason Terry, Ricky, Gerald Wallace, Boris, and this dude right here who's an 85 overall big man, 7'3". Okay, let's see if we can defeat this team. Game number 1 will go to us. Melo dropping 32, 27 from AI. And we also go on to win game number 2, and yes, we can. Allen Iverson dropping 39 points. Game 3 will also go to us, and we go on to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers. So far, AI is averaging 30 points per game in the playoffs. Melo is averaging 25. And now in the Eastern Conference Finals, we will be taking on the Detroit Pistons. They have Chauncey Billups, J.R. Smith, Nick Collison, and Ben Wallace, as well as Corey Maggeet. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but Corey, who's at 89 overall, small forward. Game number 1 will go to us, AI with 27. We also win game 2, and yes, we can. We also win game 3, and we go on to sweep the Detroit Pistons. Game 4, AI dropped 23, and so did Melo. And just like that, we have made it to the NBA Finals. We're either going to be taking on the Rockets or the Suns, and it will be the Houston Rockets. They have themselves Steve, Quentin Richardson, Aaron, Vladimir, and Yao Ming. And let's not forget, this Yao Ming was unstoppable. Bro is averaging 21 points per game and nearly 15 rebounds with 3 blocks. That is unreal. So far here in the playoffs, AI is averaging 31 points per game. Let's see if we can go on to win a back-to-back championship. Game number 1 will go to us. AI leading the way here with 25 points. We also end up winning game 2, AI dropping 41 points, 19 and 10 from Jay Williamson. Game number 2, game 3 we go on to win. AI goes off here with 52 points. Let's go. That is what I'm talking about. And are we going to sweep the Rockets? Yes, we will. Win Allen Iverson and the 76ers a back-to-back championship, and Allen Iverson goes on to win Finals MVP, averaging 35 points per game. Before we end out this video, let's take a look at the player stats and see how our team did here. So in the playoffs, we played 16 games. In those 16 games, AI was averaging 32 points per game while shooting 60% from the field. 24 from Carmelo, 17 from Howard, 15 from Keith. The NBA Finals, we played 4 games, and AI went off here averaging 35 points per game, 20 from Melo and 14 from Jason Williams. Now that's going to be it for today's video. We won Allen Iverson not only 1 but 2 championships. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K26 rebuilds. Click here on the screen to watch my latest upload. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.